I'm Cousin Condry, and you're watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. Today we're going to go over 3 common things you probably have around the house that you can catch fish on. That's right, you don't need worms, you don't need fancy lures to get out there and catch fish. So like I said, we're going to check out 3 things around the house you probably already have that you can take out there and try to catch a fish. The first item, everyone out there probably has canned corn. This is whole kernel corn. I'm telling you, you don't want to try creamed corn. I mean, there's some little bits in there. If you were desperate, you could probably use it, but whole kernel corn is where it's at. I used this a lot when I was young because it was cheap and you get a ton and it can actually catch a few different kinds of fish. I used to catch bluegill, carp, catfish, bullheads, and even some other varieties of sucker fish. You never know what you might catch on a piece of corn, and it's really easy to use. Cut the top open, or you can even punch the corner open, right? That kind of keeps it from spilling if you want to use a can opener, a punch style can opener. Either way, all you do is take the corn out, put it on the hook, and cast it out there. Like I said, I used to catch a lot of fish on this. Mostly carp, sometimes catfish and bullhead, and sometimes bluegill. Super cheap, like $1 a can, and I don't know how many are in there, maybe 1,000. So you get a lot of chances to catch fish for a small amount of money. Make sure you check your local regulations, right? I sometimes fish for trout with corn, and it could work for you too if it's allowed where you live. Canned corn is definitely in the top 3 items you probably have around the house that you can use to catch fish.
Chris Simmons, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. You're watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
All right, the next item you probably have laying around the house that you can use to catch fish is bread. The humble slice of bread. It's also cheap, maybe $1 or $2 a loaf now, and you get a lot of bread, which equals a lot of chances to catch fish. I'm not sure which one I used more, bread or corn, because I fished for pretty much the same things with both. All you got to do is tear off a little piece, roll it in a ball, and form it around the hook. If you want to use it for bluegill, use a small hook like a size 8. If you want to use bread for carp or catfish, maybe use something like a size 1. Anyway, bread, again, another really cheap item. I even have a carp video where I use bread and I catch it from the bank casting, I don't know, 20 feet out there. So again, bread, my number 2 item you have laying around the house that you can use to catch fish. So if you don't have anything else, you can always try some bread. Hey, you never know. You might catch a 20-pound carp. And the third and final item, hot dogs. I don't recommend using good hot dogs like these, but cheapy hot dogs, definitely. Once again, hot dogs are pretty cheap. Maybe $1 or $2 for a pack of cheap hot dogs. Same things apply. Use a small hook and a small piece of hot dog for bluegill, sunfish. A bigger piece for bullhead. Some people use a whole hot dog when they're fishing for catfish. Hey, and if you bring hot dogs and bread, you could even have a snack if you don't catch anything. So one more time, let's go over the things you probably have laying around the house that you can use to catch fish. The first one, canned corn. It can catch trout, bluegill, bullhead, catfish, carp, and other various sucker fish. Canned corn is cheap and you get a lot of corn in the can. The next one was bread. A single slice of bread can easily catch you a dozen bluegill, or you can make some bigger dough balls and catch a bullhead or a catfish or a carp. And like I said, I'm gonna link a carp video where I do just that. And hot dogs. Hot dogs can catch bluegill, catfish, bullhead. I think I even caught a bass on a piece of hot dog before. They must have been desperate to eat something. But yes, hot dogs, a great bait, especially if you don't have anything else laying around. And some people catch big catfish using hot dogs.
This is V in Orlando. You're watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
So check this out. We're gonna put a piece of bread on the hook. We're gonna do a small hook and a big hook, just so you can see what I mean. Here's the piece of bread, about this big. Look how soft and malleable. You want to use fresh bread, soft. If it's crumbling into little pieces at this point, your bread's too stale, might not work. Got a size 8 hook here. I'm just going to pinch it around the hook, just like this. That's it. I'm ready to fish for bluegill, panfish, even a small catfish or carp, bullhead. Any of those might go for this. Even if the fish nibbles at it, nibbles at it, nibbles at it, it's gone. All you got to do, get another little piece of bread, pinch it back on. Just cover the hook point, just like that. Now let's do a bigger hook. My second example is a size 1/0 South Bend. A little bit larger. This is if you know you're going for catfish or carp. There you go, nice strong J hook. We're gonna get another piece of bread, this time a little bit larger. Same idea though. Here you go, that's it. You cast that out there. If it's unpestered, it won't dissolve for, if you pack it real good and you're not even in moving water, half hour, hour. But be careful, it will catch turtles as well. Yeah, fish it either way. Small like this for a panfish, big like this, catfish, carp, bullhead, suckers, maybe even turtles. And since I don't really want to sacrifice the hot dogs or corn, we'll have to save that for another video. So there we have it. 3 things I know you have laying around the house. If you want to go fishing but think you need fancy lures, think again. You can catch fish on these 3 items very easily. Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.